I'm back in Florence, South Carolina, after being in Hilton Head for a few days. I'm here on my front porch enjoying my coffee and, of all things, doing my nails, which are not very good. But hey, I'm working on my nails. I'm working on growing my own and not going to getting the acrylics on because they're finally growing out. So, working on my nails. I'll show you my supplies in a minute. But we have right now a cold front coming through. It's, we are in April. So it's been warm the last few days. I'm guessing here in Florence too. But today there's a cold front coming through. I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see. The wind is blowing really a lot. These are gumball trees over in the swamp. You can see, you can hear it more probably. So look at this one here. They're just blowing. This is a cold front. The temperature since I've come out here on the front porch, I've been out here probably about 30 minutes. There's our mimosa just blowing away. Look at that. It is blowing in across right now. A lot of times I'm surprised it's not raining. When these come through, this is when we get our rain, is when these things come in. The temperature, I was getting ready to say. Temperature has probably dropped about 10 degrees right now. I mean, I came out in t-shirt and shorts and I was sweating. And which is not for me to sweat. But I was. Anyway, and now I'm like, maybe I need to get my jeans on. Wouldn't hurt if I had the shorts and I could have a sweatshirt on. But so goes in South Carolina. This part of South Carolina this time of year, but this cold front is going through. You can see the sky is just gray and cloudy. That's where it's blowing through. After this comes through, I'm guessing it's probably going to get all cleared. I'm going to zoom in over here. You can see those leaves blowing on those gumballs. And then the mimosa there, they're so feathery, fine like ferns. They just blow. One of the things I really like with this house here that we have is that, and where it's located with the swamp on the other side and nobody's built over there, is that when the wind blows, I mean, you can see the wind blowing. You can follow it in the trees, and it's pretty cool. You can hear it coming from whichever direction, and then you'll just see like bloop, 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 bloop. You'll see it, the wind blow, if you want to see wind. If you could see wind, if it had color. So it's just really, I love it. I love sitting. We only have a small front porch here, but I love sitting out here when the wind, like for storms and the wind, because you just enjoy the nature of it all, I'm going to zoom in over here. Our neighbors across the way, we used to call that the Irish house. They had some Irish people that lived there. Why is it I can see it, but I have to just move over a little bit. They have a flag that look at that. Look how pretty that is, right? They're on the end of a street, so that when the wind is coming from that direction, it just funnels down the street to like right past there. But yeah, isn't it? Now it's just all quiet. It's calmer. It's still coming through, so we're going to have some more heavy winds. I'm just going to let this play. If anybody comes on and watches, finally I see down here at the bottom. Hey Kim, it's good to see you on here. Thanks for commenting. Hello. We're in South Carolina, and yeah, where are you from, Kim? This would be interesting to know who's watching, what you're doing. This is the first time I'm seeing the comments at the bottom. It's like not in the bright sun. I'm usually in bright sunny places when I do the videos. Oh wow, Nagawan? Is that how I say it? It's good to have you. Thanks for coming. You probably have some amazing trees and nature and all there too. I would love to see. I would love to go to India at some point to just see. I mean, oh wow. We are in South Carolina. Look at these trees. Those dang gumballs. Believe it or not, my whole yard was full. All of this green where the grass and the dirt and stuff here is in the front. This was full of gumball trees. Like it looked like across the way there, without all the underbrush. And they were so tall. We have a 2-story house, and we could get up, like on the second floor, you're looking out into the canopy of the trees, which was so cool when we first moved here. But now, after a while, it just got they were just too big. They never had grass. We always had gumballs on the ground. I don't know if you know what they are. They're about like this big around, and they're kind of spiky, and they're just a pain. And so we had a storm one day that came through. It was during one of the hurricanes. I forget which one. Anyhow, a tree in the back fell over, and it knocked out the corner of our garage. We had to have the roof on the garage and the garage repaired, but it took out that. Thanks, man, thanks for liking my accent. I don't even know. Sometimes it's southern, sometimes it's a little more northern. Thank you, Kim. It'd be, yeah, that high. Hi, Thomas. So, yeah. But, so anyhow, after the storm took out the tree in the back, I was like, frick these trees. They all got to go, because you realize how hard they come down. I mean, it shook. I was in the kitchen, and it shook the kitchen, and the branches came. It was away from the house, but the branches were all the way to the kitchen window when it came down. Look at this here. I'm trying to I don't know if it comes across like as amazing and beautiful as it is here. Oh, look, I don't know. Can you see this thing coming down? It's one of those whirly bird things. I don't know if you could see it. Oh, I would love to visit at Nagaland. When I get off here, I'm gonna go in and look and see exactly where it's at in India. Thanks, Kimmy. This was an Amazon driver. You'll see him going by here. He just delivered a package to the neighbors. I'm on a cul-de-sac, so we don't have anybody like we have one person on our left side and one house here to the right side. And so, hi Marisol. So I am right here. That's all the more houses that are on our street, 3 houses. And the ones on the right, they park on the other side from the other street, so we don't even see them come down our street. So our street is usually nobody's on it, and so it makes it nice too. It's nice and quiet here, like I said. And there across the street, this is kind of interesting. Across the street is, like I said, it's a swamp area. And so it drops off right after that tree line, right after the telephone pole there. And so there would never be houses over there unless they fill in the swamp. And then since that is like goes into protected waters, it's probably never going to be developed. So that was one of the things when we looked at this house. We moved in 2006. It was one of the things that I liked about it, was I knew that it would be pretty private back here. Even though we're in a neighborhood and we're close to town, this would always have that emptiness over there. So, and it's weird because the ones, like I zoomed in there a minute ago with the houses up there, that's where the street goes down, and there's a whole row of houses on that street on the swamp side. And that, and they have the swamp right behind them, so their backyard drops off pretty severe. But I mean, I guess they could put it here. They could fill in some and put some, but I don't think they maybe they will. Whoever knows. I don't know. Thank you so much, Kim, and God bless you too. We're having a good day here. Oh, I was going to show you. So I said I was out here doing my nails, which I'm trying to grow, but they're having the hardest time growing. I have always been a nail biter growing up, and everybody tried to get me to stop, and I would never stop. I was like, nah. Anyways, so I've been trying. So I got all of these little products here. And I got my other stuff going on for my nails. So they're starting to grow. They're very little, but at least they're growing. Oh, and look at here. You may like this. Any Powerpuff people out there? Powerpuff Girls? I love those. I think they're so much fun. When I saw that cup, I was like, oh my gosh, I got to get the Powerpuff cup. I don't watch them a lot, but... yeah, I'm going to have to start doing my videos, the YouTube videos, when I get the... in the regular light, because out here, like I said, I usually do them out when I'm at the beach or something, and I can't see who's on, and if you make comments, I can't see you and talk to you when I'm on live. But it's so cool to be on live and talking to people from everywhere. So if you're still on and listening, Kimmy, I think it's Kimmy. If I'm talking to you, I'm talking to you, and it's really cool because you're in India and we're in like South USA, South Carolina. So it's really cool, and but it's really neat to have other people online, and it's really neat this time that I can see when people are on here. So yeah, this area in South Carolina, it's Florence, South Carolina. It is considered, we're not really the low country, and we're not the sand hills. We're not the coastal plains. We're kind of in between a lot of areas. If I had to say something, it would probably be the low country, because we have a lot of swamp area in and around here. So, so yeah, but this cold front, they're calling it a cold front. Like I said, the temperature dropped probably about 10 degrees, maybe a little more. I mean, we started, yesterday was like getting 82, 85, somewhere in there. And today we're supposed to be down in the 70s again. And it's definitely in the 70s now, because, and the sun's not out bright. Like I said, you can see it's kind of got a little bit of clouds. You can't even see the sun anywhere. So the sun is not bright. So you don't have the heat of the sun, and it's just kind of cool here today. I just like sitting outside. I'm an outside girl. I don't know. I'm still learning about the YouTube live stuff, so I don't know who's still on and who's not. You know, share my channel with people if you want. This is what I do a lot. Just like wherever I'm at, talk a little bit. You know, we're all living through some stuff anymore. Life has gotten crazy. So when I just come back to nature and enjoy what happens, and let myself be amazed by like the wind. Oh, look here. Like I said, we can kind of see the wind. Can you see those trees? How it just, hear it? And then you just see. We're far enough from the coast. We don't get any, we usually don't get like bad hurricane stuff, but sometimes we will get like hurricane force winds, but usually not sustained winds. Years ago, what was that hurricane? Hugo came through, and in this area the beach area got it really, really bad, but this area, even in Florence, got a lot. And that was in the late 80s that Hurricane Hugo came through. And but normally we get the hurricanes they might come by or whatever, we get part of it, but it's usually not really terrible hurricane weather. But we do get these strong winds, and like I said, with the swamp over there with those tall trees, it's just very nice. I mean, I'm at the 15-minute mark. I guess the other day I said, hey, Elliot. The other day I was said I'm trying to do 15-minute live podcasts or live moments on YouTube. I'm not the best at it. Sorry. I think stirring up all the pollen, and I'm starting to feel it in my talking. We're just getting past our pollen season. Thank goodness. We don't have green over everything, but it's still laying around. We haven't had a lot of rain, so we're kind of in a drought area right now, they're saying. But so the pollen is in the ground and in the grass and around everywhere still. So when it starts getting windy like this, it kicks up the pollen, and of course your eyes itch and your throat gets all scratchy. Yes, so yeah, this is can come around, like there's our neighbors. This is our house here. Our neighbor's house. You see all of the wind. It's just craziness. These sticks, the things in the yard out here, I don't know if you can see, like here, and there's one right over here. I have mimosas planted, and they're very little. They're from my mother's yard. So they're off sprouts from that. So is this mimosa over here. This is a mimosa. And it too is from my mom's mimosa. I grew them from sprouts from her house. That's how I like to grow things a lot of times. I'll buy stuff too. This is a pindo palm that I grew from a seed. Those things, I don't know if you know or not, but are the hardest darn things to grow. The palms, people make it, I've watched YouTube videos on those. They make it seem so easy. Just put it in a baggie, let it sit in some dirt, moist dirt for, 2 months, and then it'll start sprouting. No, I found what I have to do with these darn things when I want to grow them. I got some more growing here. Here's the one that I grew from seed. Here's a whole little pot of them. I have to transplant those, but sometimes when I start transplanting, I'm not the best farmer, but when I start to transplant, I mess up the roots and I just can't get them to come back. They die. So I'm kind of hesitant to start trying to replant those. But that one survived, and I got the one on the porch step here that's starting to, looks like it's going to be okay. I'll probably put it in the ground later this summer. But I found with the pindo palms, they get the little seeds about like this on them. They're little seeds, and they're actually turn really orange on the tree. A big bunch of them. You can eat the outside. They're so juicy and yummy, and they make my tongue tingle. So I'm probably allergic to them or something. But you can eat the outside, and people make jelly with them. With that, they just add a bunch of sugar in jello, whatever that stuff is. So anyhow, this is one that I grew. My parents had a pool, and they had 2 beautiful ones and a third one that they had planted around the pool. And when they when we sold their house, they both passed away, and we sold the house and the pool. I've got a lot of seeds, so I was trying to so I would always have part of them with me. I felt like, it's like the generations from their trees. So anyhow, I tried to grow these pindo palms from the seeds. I did all the ways that these people say to try planting them. If you ever look up how to grow palm trees from seeds, you're going to see about 101 videos on how to do it, and they're all going to say it's easy, but I don't think it is. I found for me what works is I try these videos and I try these different ways, and I really follow through with it for a while, and then I just say, after about 2 years, in a pot and there's nothing growing, and I'll say, oh, this thing is just baloney, and I will scratch up some dirt or put it in, find somewhere where there's an empty soil, and I just dump the pot out and stir them down into the dirt, and then sure enough, about 6 months later, I have whatever tree it is I'm trying to grow growing in this dirt. So I find anymore that you just, what, if you want to grow something, I don't know, outdoor plants, I think they just grow and they don't need fussed over, and you just put them in the soil and let them grow. So anyhow, I have a lot of those pindo palm seeds that I'm going to end up trying to grow at some point. Look at this. This has just been a really good morning out here. Oh, this is a 20-minute video. That's a craziness. All right. Well, I'm going to be signing off. It's getting brighter out. I don't know. I haven't looked at the weather channel. So this cold front coming through might be getting more through. The wind is still coming now. But it's getting brighter. I don't know if you've noticed, but I can tell it's getting brighter. Typical in Florida and South Carolina, it's not unusual that we don't see the sunshine. I'm going to try walking down here, down the step a minute, and walking out from the house. It's not unusual that we don't get, we can't see the sun till like midday. It's the way it is. It's hazy this area. There's so much water. I just think it stays hazy through the night, and then it takes a while for the sun to burn all this stuff off. But yeah, you can kind of here. I'll kind of go back around this way. Here's the little mimosa. Remember I was telling you it grew from my mom's. I got it from a root. The mimosas will grow. You have seeds. You can grow them from seed, but they grow from the root. Ouch! Stepped on a sticker. Stops. Oh, and here's the other one. See how little they are. This is the second year, I think, that I've been growing them. Maybe it might be the third. No, it's been at least, I think this is the third summer for those. I'm going to walk up here. This is the big, see how big this one is. That is, I grew that also from a little small place. Here's the pindo palm. They will get tall, they get pretty, they get the pretty. I have a lot of yuccas around the edge of the property. Azaleas are blooming right now. We got horse dandelions. I know my yard's a mess. We're going to mow it. We are going to mow it today because it's cooler out today. So, but I did think you might want to see this. These are my this is my rose bush. Aren't they beautiful? They have this thing. I got it from one of the farm stores. Roses, I do believe, are not as delicate as people want them to say they are. This rose bush, this is the first bloom of the season, and it's just beautiful. The first bloom is always really nice. After this blooms out, I'll trim it back, and we'll get more blooms on it all through the summer and a good part of the fall. But the first bloom of the spring is always the best bloom on the roses, I think. And that's nice. I'm in my bare feet right now. So I'm trying to avoid anywhere where there might be stickers in my... But look here, our irises are blooming. Aren't they nice? I don't know if anybody's still on, but the irises are just... I got some yellow irises. I got a white iris. Roses are blooming. And look at these. A lot of times people give me bulbs from their collection. I think my mother-in-law gave me these. Aren't those beautiful? Look at that. Oh, I could just I love it. And you see I'm not the best. This is a tree I grew from uh, a seed. It's a red bud. It's coming back this year. And I always put my stakes so we don't chop them down. So this is the backyard. A few neighbors. I love wind chimes. I love the wind chimes. So this is my grapevine here. I'm hoping this year it'll grow up and around. The other grapevine looks like it's not going to make it. It's dead dead as a doorknob, it looks like. But that one is, I'm trying to think of what those kind of grapes are. They have like a hard skin on them, not Concord. Anyhow, but that should be pretty nice. Anyways, it's about 25 minutes, so I'm going to quit talking. I'm going to just sit back and enjoy the wind coming in. I got my peaches are coming out. We've got some apple blossoms on. So the yuccas are going to bloom shortly. And here's one of my pretty cats, Spreckles. She's a good girl. She was a stray. She's a good girl, Spreckles. So, all right. So this is me signing off. Elliot, Kimmy, Marisol, I'm glad to have you all join me today. Thanks for coming in. Leave comments. Please share my channel. I don't know. I guess share it. It's just fun to have the YouTube. I just do it for a kick and to share pictures and all with family. My family all lives further away in different parts of the United States. So it's nice to have a YouTube where I can share what's happening in my life with them, whether they want to or not. Well, it's up to them whether they want to watch it or not. So, okay. Well, I hope you all have a lovely day, lovely evening. And you know what? Enjoy life. It really is short. And I mean, enjoy. Make sure you surround yourself with, good people that enjoy you and that you enjoy being around. People that give you joy. That's the main thing. Oh, I'll talk about that the next time. Or you can, if somebody can bring it up. Next time I want you to know, when I said about the plants that I had planted the trees for, they were like 3 years. And I think this year will be the year that they really take off on the mimosas, is because the farmers and all have a little saying. It says the first year they sleep, second year, no. How is it? First year they sleep, second year, oh, that's it. First year they sleep, second year they leap, third year they reap. And so I think it's how it is. No. First year they sleep, second year they... Anyhow, it's like 3 years, and that's when I guess roots get really established, and then they really start growing taller and bigger once the roots get really established to a water source. And like in this area especially, because we have such clay kind of soil, sometimes it's sandy, but there's something called a hard pan that's underneath, and it's like a clay, so you can't really dig down through it the best unless you have some really big, like, farm equipment with big tillers. So when you dig and you plant your plants, they're only going to go down so far with your roots, and then the roots are going to have to find their own way down through that clay. So it takes a while, and it's usually, I guess, about 3 years. So I'm going to step back. I'm going to leave you here. Look at how pretty she is. Thank you all for sharing and coming on and saying hello. And I hope I see you on my channel again. I'll try to come back on live again. I try to get it every day or every couple of days. Thanks for joining me, and I'll see you in my little shorty shorts, and I will try to make sure I can see your comments when you come on. Thank you all. Have a good day, and we'll see you on the next go around.